Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Happy Monday. I like Mondays. Mondays are my Monday morning is my favorite morning of the week, believe it or not. But then again, I am a strange and unique guy, not like most other people. Anyway, welcome. Welcome. There is life on YouTube this morning after all. Welcome to Morning Coffee with Mitch. And of course, I'm Mitch, and we all know that. Although some days I wonder. Drink it if you got it. A few of us are here so far anyway. Is the whole world lost this morning? Maybe it is. Maybe it is. I don't know. 44 people so far. Fade out the music. And of course, the question of the morning is, where's Kiltsy? Probably still sleeping. Remember, he's in California. I'm not worried about him. It's 3 o'clock in the morning out there. Or now it's 4 o'clock in the morning, but we'll see. We'll see. I'm sure we'll hear from him. Well, I was up at, what time did I get up this morning? 4:15. Yeah, 4:15. Been rambling around ever since. So good to see you all here. How are you doing? Let me see. Lady June. Lady June was the first one in yesterday, and followed by Rough Carnivore, and that was it for last night. I chimed in. What time did I chime in? At 5:20 when I first set this thing up. And then I decided I'm going to go outside and just sit down on my back porch and have my cell phone with me and watching Kiltsy, and I have no idea whether he's going to have guests. This is a whole new thing, this 6 o'clock in the morning thing for him. They have all kinds of nice, fancy thumbnails, very well organized, laid out a week in advance. I said, wow, it's about time. I can count on 6 o'clock in the morning again. I settle down. I'm a man of routine. So, needless to say, no Kiltsy. But like I said, his internal clock has got to be screwed up beyond belief. No sooner does he get readapted to one coast, he goes to the other coast. So it's understandable. Understandable. Yellow Rose, how you doing? Good morning to you. Leslie, good morning. Good to see you. And Brian, we can always count on you guys being early. Thank you very much. And Sandy Blythe, how you doing? And Barry's up. Hi, Barry. How are you, my friend? Good to see you. Tap the like button, Barry says. Chat, tat, people. It's true. And Barry talking about the Boston meetup this Saturday. Wow. Where does time fly? Well, we've talked about that before. We've talked about that, but please RSVP if you're going to be there. They need to get as close to a final count as they can to the restaurant. Wayne Herman's here. Good morning. Good morning to you. Good to see you, Wayne. And who is this? This is Wayne again. This dark green text is so hard to read. Mike Seeley. Hi, Michael. How are you? Good to see you. Chris Swain from Australia. How you doing? And Tuka's here from Finland. Tuka, how are you, my friend? Good to see you. There was so much chatting going on because there was no place for people to go this morning. Richard Williams was here from Copper Hill, Tennessee. Max D, how are you? Good to see you. Babe Dow, hiya, babe, how are you? Good to see you. And Barry Simon, question. Who is coming to Fogo de Chao Saturday? Please let them know. It's a lot of work and time and worry putting on these events. If you're going to be there, let them know. If you're not going to be there, maybe you should be there. Try to get there. If you're anywhere within a reasonable driving distance. If I was, I'd be there. Lori, good morning, Lori. How you doing? And Aaron is here. Good to see you, Aaron. And Amanda, how you doing? John Logan at 6:59. And of course, as if there was any doubt, Lambs and Robbie photo finish. Lambs just edging out Robbie by a nose. Stevie Wood, good morning, Stevie. How you doing? Brenda McIntyre, how are you? And Sparky Donna, thank you, Donna. Donna's throwing me some of the greatest compliments in comments on my videos. I truly appreciate that, Donna. I truly appreciate it. And Mike Silly from Tampa Bay. Good morning, Michael. How are you? Chuck is here also from Tampa Bay over in Clearwater. Danny in Boston is here. Hi, Danny. Good to see you. And the burning question this morning is, where's Peter? He's chatting away at 6 o'clock, that's for sure. Oh, there he is. I see him in the current chat. He chimed in. Morning, Peter. And let's see. Got any questions for me today? QQQ. I've been a busy boy. I've been getting pretty active, and it feels good. Getting out of the house, out into the sunlight. Does that have anything to do with carnivore? Well, not really. Not really. In fact, it's a very interesting phenomenon. And I know this may sound strange for a carnivore YouTuber to say, but I think the thrust of my channel being healthy aging is kind of like Old Guy Carnivore Plus or Old Guy Carnivore Pro, or even better, Old Guy Carnivore Ultra. That's it. Ultra. That's the name that everybody throws on their products. The Galaxy Phone Ultra, the iPhone Ultra, the iWatch Ultra, everybody. So my channel is going to be Healthy Aging, the Old Guy Carnivore Ultra. But an interesting thing has happened to me. And I think I didn't realize it, but I've been so busy getting out there, riding my trike, reviewing products, doing all these other things, worrying about cameras and worried about drones flying to make better pictures, and thinking about adding music and subscribing to Epidemic Sound and having tens of thousands of new songs I can use without worrying about copyrights, and all this stuff about video production, things I enjoy the hell out of. The one thing that I have not been thinking about is carnivore. And I'm doing fabulous on carnivore. I'm not concentrating on it. I'm not talking about it all day. I'm not watching carnivore videos to find the newest and latest and greatest thing that I need to change my entire life around because so-and-so influencer, expert, doctor, professor said so. I'm just eating my bacon, eggs, and beef and going about my life and letting my body take care of itself, which it knows how to do better than any, including me, carnivore influencer on YouTube does. So by ignoring all the noise, the bullshit, the propaganda, the battles between the veggie eaters and the meat eaters, and I'm actually doing better on carnivore. I'm doing great. I look better. I feel better. I'm moving a hell of a lot more because I'm spending less time in front of the TV watching friggin' carnivore YouTubers. Now, am I telling you don't watch me? Well, I'm just telling you what I'm experiencing now. So live your life and let your innate intelligence and programming, fine-tuned over eons of time, follow its cues. Let it give you the feelings of when you need to eat and when you don't. And yeah, I guess we all need a little supplementation, but we don't need to live our life wired to machines, sitting in the waiting room of laboratories and drugstores. And that point kind of hit me home because I've been so busy the last couple of days. I've been making trike videos and making scooter videos, and I forgot about carnivore. How about that? I thought I'd get that out there this morning. It's interesting. It's interesting. It's interesting. Steve McAvoy, how you doing, Steve? Good to see you. Good to see you. And Lacey Campbell, hiya, Lacey. How are you? Good morning to you. And Kevin, good morning, my scooter riding punctual. Thank you. Thank you. It's me, Mitch. Never a second late for anything in my life. How has it worked out for me? So nice of you to notice. So nice of you to notice. And Peter's here. Hiya, Peter. How you doing? How are you doing? And me, I guess I'm happy because yesterday, out there in the park yesterday morning, I actually flew a drone for the first time in almost a year and a half. I love drones. I love flying them. Being a pilot, I like to fly what they call the FPV, first person view drones, where you actually put goggles on your head and you are seeing out of the cockpit of the drone, basically. There's a camera in it. The cameras today are tremendous, high resolution. It's like being up in the air. And these FPV drones can go 100 miles an hour. They're fully aerobatic. It brought back for me all of those biplane days, going out there and tearing up the skies. And the stroke took that away from me. In 10 seconds, the coordination in my right hand was gone. You need to be so precise on those sticks when you're flying FPV. I haven't tried it again. I'm hoping that maybe one day it'll come back. But the other kind of drones are called camera drones, like the DJIs and things like that. And they fly themselves. Basically, you don't have to really fly it. With an FPV drone, if you let go of the sticks, that drone is going to crash. But with a camera drone, you let go of the sticks, the thing just stops and stays there. You don't really fly a camera drone. You direct it. You just push it around. You push the stick forward, it moves forward. You let go of the stick, it stops. Put the stick sideways, it turns and yaws. And It's not really, you're not really piloting it. Anybody can fly those things. And you can pick up a transmitter, you know, a 10-year-old who's never touched the thing can be flying it in 3 minutes. Whereas FPV takes years to hone your skills to where you're not going to crash every flight. So I got myself a little camera drone. I said, well, if I can't fly FPV, I'll get a drone and maybe incorporate it into my videos. Because if I'm for almost 80-year-old half-crippled stroke victim, I'm trying to compete with these guys that are outside doing all of these action videos on skateboards and snowboarding, and I'm just not giving up. So I'm doing what I can do, but I still love photography and love cinematography and love flying the drones and love editing and putting together stories on film with music and everything. And I went out yesterday morning, and for the first time I took that drone out. And if you saw that video I put out yesterday, you saw where I put the drone, the little bag, put that little drone in the basket and took off. Well, what you didn't see yesterday, and I don't know if you're interested in this shit or not, but I try not to make these things boring. I don't know if you're interested in this, but I took the drone up for the first time and decided I want to figure out how to make this thing, because it can do it, follow me around on that cart. And I got about 4 minutes of drone footage of it following me around on the cart. And I thought maybe you'd enjoy seeing the outtakes, because I used one little couple-second clip from that in the opening yesterday on my little video that I made. So I don't know if you're interested in that, but I got such a kick out of it, just watching some old fart riding around the parking lot in a mobility scooter, having the time of his life. And that's what life is all about. Find things to do that bring out the inner kid in you again. That's what I'm trying to do now. Now, nobody sent me this drone for free. I had to buy it. But let me show you. Let me show you this little video here of me driving around. Here it comes. You ready? This is me in the parking lot. Now, let me show you a different one. I got one where I actually put music to it. The first test of my music from the Epidemic Sound. Let me turn the volume down a little bit. Now, what I'm doing right here is I'm sitting in the drone's up in the air. I took off, and it's aimed at me, and I'm looking at the controller, and I'm setting it up, because the first time I ever did this, to get it in what they call follow me mode, so it follows me around. And I got it all set, and I start driving. And this drone is following me. How cool is that? And I love these things set to music too. Look at this. What you're looking at there is some old fart having the time of his life. The whole world just goes away, and you get just focus on what you're doing in a moment. And back out there at the park where I used to go fly my drones almost every morning. That park is huge too. And I don't know about you, but this is my favorite kind of music. Now, this is pretty smooth right here, but when I go and put this in a video, I'll zoom way in on me so you don't have to see. But the drone doesn't want to get too close to you for safety reasons. They got all that programmed in there, and I wasn't thinking, and I didn't set it to a fixed exposure, so the drone is this early in the day trying to compensate for the exposure of pointing towards the sun or the dark. You might see it get a little darker, a little lighter, but I wasn't worried about that stuff. But here I stopped, and the drone stopped, And I wanted to try to make myself a little bigger. Wanted to make myself a little bigger in the picture. I see Dr. Nelson is in the chat. Hi, Nelson. How you doing? We really never grow up. We just get old. Well, I'm not growing up. That's for damn sure. I'm going to remain a kid. Well, what I'm trying to do here is figure out what's going to happen if I actually zoom in closer to me. Well, the drone says that's too close and backed up. So I physically flew the drone closer to me, and it still just said, no, we're not going to get that close to you. Now, the drone was only about 15 feet off the ground here, but I managed to settle on that. I said, I wonder how well this thing will track me. And it did. And I got to tell you, I marvel at this technology. Now, I told the drone to follow me from the front, so it's going to try desperately to get out in front of me. There you go. But then I'm going to fake it out. I'm going to turn. And that's what I was doing. I was playing chicken with the drone. I wanted to see what gyrations that thing would have to go through to get in front of me. And it did. It knew my front from my back. And we pull up to the car here. I'm almost done with this. It's almost over. And it's time to land the drone. So, grab the controller, land the drone there in front of me. At a certain point, it decides we're in the zoom mode. Let's get back to the regular mode. Lands on the ground. Motors stop. And I was so tickled with that. I had such a ball. Yes. I had such a ball. I was like a little kid out there. And we all have to make a decision. And my decision is, am I going to sit all day watching influencers on YouTube who have figured out big excuses to make new videos with obscure things that don't matter, with advice that makes us want to micromanage every aspect of our health? Or am I going to go out and play and use what time I've got left on this planet to do the things that thrill me and enjoy me, and maybe they don't enjoy everybody else, and let my physiology, for the most part, take care of itself? When you're preoccupied, you don't think about, well, am I hungry? Am I really hungry? Am I just thirsty? How many meals have I eaten today? How long has it been since I've eaten? You forget about eating. When you're hungry, instinctually you'll eat. So I think for me, that's a better way to live. For my YouTube channel, may not be the best way to become a big-time YouTube star. What do I want to be? I want to live. I want to have fun. I do these morning live streams because they're fun. They're fun for me. I love the technology. I love you guys. But I want to do my thing. And the fact that I kind of default to doing my own thing is probably why my audience isn't what it was. You know, when I did my first, I watched it yesterday just for nostalgia. My first live stream, when I was back, it was 1 month since the stroke, and I did a live stream. I had 450 people watching, 4 times as many as now. Where are those people? They just go away. They get tired of you. You may say something that they don't like. Where's DS111? Remember him? Or her? I don't even know if that was a man or a woman. Smoothie, 420. Where'd they go? I was watching in the chat. So many people. Tanya, Kitchen Witch. Where the hell are they today? What was it about me that turned him off, and they said, I don't like him anymore. Well, I started thinking about that, got me a little down, and I said, well, I can't help it. I'm going to be me and do what I do. Now, is the e-bike and mobility scooter genre huge? No. The carnivore is bigger than that. So it's not like I'm going into a larger. If I wanted to review cell phones, that'd be a different story. So I'm not looking for that huge audience. I'm looking to have fun until everybody just goes away. And then I just go about my business, live my life. But I decided after yesterday and after we get that, it's more enriching for me to be out and doing things as long as I'm able. And whatever tools I need to do those things, that's the direction to go. I need to stop worrying about all the minute detail that everybody on this particular genre talks about until it dies of boredom, if you know what I mean. Live your life. Let your body monitor. Now, if you have a problem, you got to address it. We all know that. But if you're not having a particular problem today, go out and have fun. Live your life. Lori, good morning. How you doing, Lori? Sorry about that little detour, but I wanted to say it. And I wanted to show you me riding around aimlessly on that scooter yesterday morning, which, got to tell you the truth, was one of the best mornings I've had in a long time. And if you haven't seen that second video for the Easeway scooter with me riding around the park in the grass and everything, it's fun. It was just fun. And now I got a dirty grass-covered scooter in the back of my car with grass all over the carpet, which I have to go out and vacuum up. But worked great. Worked great. I also have another new scooter to do in a box sitting in my back porch. I think maybe I have a picture of the box right here. There it is. It's sitting out there. Here we go again. And I got another one coming on Wednesday. And I got an e-bike, not a trike, but a regular e-bike coming on Thursday. So I'm having a ball with these reviews. I hope they don't turn you guys away and make you quit watching me. But I'm going to do what I do, I guess, because I care about your happiness, and I care about your entertainment, and I care about your health and everything, and I care about Kelsey, and I care about all that. But I care about myself first. That is something we all should do, and we have to do that. Let's see if anybody. I'm 25 minutes behind now. Right in the sweet spot. Dealing with things that happened a half an hour ago. I'm gonna want to say hi to people that I haven't said. I said Peter thinks I'm the king of early morning. It's good to be the king, Peter. It's good to be the king. Remember that? That was Mel Brooks. Mel Brooks' line from his movie. It's good to be the king. It's true. It's a shame I don't get the respect of most kings, but I'll take whatever I can get. Lucy, good morning to you. How you doing? How you doing? Good to see you. And who did I miss here? Rough Carnivore says EFM. Yes. Yes, how you doing? Uh-huh. I'm reading. I'm not falling asleep. You know, I still haven't heard from Kelsey. I texted him this morning. about 10 after when he didn't show up and I gave up on him. And I texted him and I just said, "You okay?" Question mark. And I haven't heard back yet. Can you hear the sound of snoring from 3,000 miles away? Maybe. I think he's very overdone it. He got back from San Diego, went to bed, and is getting some much needed sleep. At least I hope that's the way. We worry about people when they appear to disappear for a few minutes. We worried like crazy about Gary last week. So I'm going to take that as an omen and not worry about somebody until they disappear for at least a full day or two. Danny, good morning to you. Good morning, Danny. Always good to see you. Everybody's saying good morning to you. And Rick says, Kevin, I was looking forward to some drone footage yesterday, but it didn't happen. Yes, there you go. I anticipated and showed you 4 minutes of drone footage. Really the only drone footage I've ever shot on that drone so far. But don't be surprised if one day soon a video comes out that may or may not appeal to many of you, of me on the trike with a really good camera setup working real well, with a drone overhead following me around a ride, starting out in my neighborhood, but then maybe figuring out a way to get that trike to some more scenic locations and let the drone follow me around and make some good music play and make some cinematic, some commentary, but not full-time commentary, and just enjoy it. Just relax, enjoy the scenery, get motivated to go out and move some. Stuff enough for me to motivate myself. And good morning, Jerry. What are your thoughts on air taxis that are being developed? That's a great question, and most people don't know when you're talking about that because they aren't really aware of the personal sized or multi-passenger sized drones for human transportation. There are huge companies, most of them in China, because that's where the technology is, that are making these huge drones, and they're pretty much automated, and they're going to be air taxis. I think we've got to perfect the self-driving cars first. And you don't see too many of them yet, but it's coming. And I think the air taxis aren't in our immediate future, Jerry. There's just too many factors to consider. Terminals, safety, landing zones, air traffic control, safety, public acceptance, safety. Have I said safety before? So I think there may be a test market here or there, or they try it. I don't think I'll see it in my lifetime. Well, I may if I live long enough. But eventually, I mean, remember the Jetsons? We've been waiting for that. We expected that to happen in the late 1900s, and here it is. We're past 1/4 of the next century, and they can't even get drone delivery down pat yet, where they deliver tube socks from Amazon and drop them on your front lawn. That's what ruined the whole drone industry, and we're still waiting for that. So it's a great dream. But right now it sits in the realm of private helicopters that you can take off from your backyard and land at work. They cost millions of dollars. They require incredible licensing, and very, very few people, save for the billionaires, are able to do it. So don't hold your breath waiting for your personal drone sitting in your driveway. I'm not holding mine. That's my answer to that. Oh, Don Changar's gone to Boston. Good. And I guess we got a lot of commercials this morning, says Sandy. Well, you know, Sandy, I can't help that. I do not turn on mid-roll commercials. That YouTube's taken over, and they just play these stupid ads whenever they want. And I bit the bullet and bought the $15 a month premium, so I don't have to see the commercials. I can't stand it. It's ruining YouTube. It's ruining everything. YouTube's going to hell between the commercials, the AI on everything, their new monetization policy, the decreasing number of viewers that we have every day, down and down and down, until you maybe get lucky and they push out one of your videos. They're in it. Their unwillingness to consider carnivore anything but harmful medical advice. If I wasn't having fun at this, I damn well wouldn't be here. And it's not just me. This may be also going on in Kelsey's mind. It's swimming upstream in a hurricane is what it is these days to try to do anything on YouTube. Unless everything you do is just so much clickbait and so much AI. Why bother? Why bother? As far as money goes, I work. I'll earn my money the old-fashioned way. But even that, even what work I do, it's only got a couple of years left before it's completely taken over by this AI crap. So pretty soon, the only people working on this planet will be robots. And one day they'll decide, what do we need these human beings for? And then we have the Terminator scenario. And that is more likely a prophecy now than a fairy tale. Hope the world lasts another 10 or 20 years. Or somebody finally wakes up. Although, how do you stop something that's making so many people so much money like this AI stuff is? The world has gotten way too complicated. And I do believe, even though I enjoy the hell out of it, it fascinates me no end. I believe this technology will be the end of human existence on this planet sooner rather than later. In the meantime, have a good time. Have a good time. And don't obsess about carnivore. That's a hell of a thing for me to say, isn't it? And it's good to see Nelson stop in. That's great. That's great. Everybody's talking to Nelson here. I'm 7:21. I'm catching up a little bit. Silly saying hi to Nelson. Lim says there was an iguana sprinting by me. No, that was a squirrel. I saw it when that little drone video by the little squirrel ran across the back. I mentioned that there was a ton of squirrels out there. I mean, they were scattered everywhere when I was driving that little scooter around. And that little scooter is great. Easy to get it in and out of the car. I got the big car. It's great. Yeah, I want to try to walk as much as I can. But if I walk 100 yards, I start to get a little shaky. So I'm not safe to actually go out, say to go to Sam's Club and walk all around Sam's. I mean, way too much for me. Now, I know in Sam's Club they have the scooters, but I hear people complaining. I actually saw a comment on that scooter video that said, I need to get one of those for my husband because when we go to the store, the scooters are all taken. And that's the problem. They only got so many scooters, and they got 10 times as many sick, crippled people out there. We are moving in this society towards Wall-E. If you remember that movie about the little robot, and in the future they had these cruise spaceships, and people lived on them, and none of them ever walked. They were so big and fat and waited on that they just hovered around on beds everywhere all day long. That is a prophecy. Sometimes I think that the smartest people out there on the planet are the people that write the scripts of these dystopian future movies. They are prophecies. Maybe they're warnings from people smarter than we all are. Who knows? And Nelson says, hello, everyone. Nelson, so great to see you, man. Linda McDaniels. That video was awesome, Mitch. Somebody enjoy, thank you, enjoy my little drone video. Well, I hope you do enjoy them because I enjoy putting that kind of stuff in my videos and trying to make it, you know what I'm going to do tomorrow? Tomorrow, I'm going to take 5 minutes and I'm going to show you an FPV flight from about 5 years ago. I have a lot of them on this channel that go back then. But I'm going to show you, I'm going to pick one that shows what I see through the goggles when I'm flying one of these acrobatic FPV drones. And I want you to see that. Many of you have never seen something like that. So I'll do that tomorrow morning. You'll either have time to go to the bathroom and get another cup of coffee, or you'll be fascinated by it. Either way, I'll do it. I'll do it. I've had people ask me to do that. A minority of people. Good morning, meeting wellness. How are you? Oh my God, my mind is in 100 other places. That is Christy. Yes. Hi, Christy. I get you and Liz confused sometimes, but good morning. And Rough Carnivore says, check out DJI drones. Well, not in this country anymore. You can forget that. I've got a whole closet full of DJI drones that I can't even fly anymore because they were banned in this country under the name of national security. You still use their cameras, but even their cameras are getting harder and harder to get. Lori says, you'd be knocking on my door every morning if I lived near him asking, can Mitch come out and play? Yeah, you got to play. You got to play. You have to play. We have all this stuff in our lives. Why not? Yeah, Rosie Peter says, another one is, so many people disappeared. And I have to say, did they just disappear from my channel? Some of them did. DS111, I see on Kelsey's channel and other channels. So I say, well, evidently you got tired of bored with me. Listen, I've disappeared. I understand the phenomenon. I don't watch Ken Berry videos, Anthony Chafee videos, Sean Baker videos, Dr. Boz videos. I don't watch any of them anymore. Not a one. I don't watch their live streams. I certainly don't chat away in there. So, yeah, I understand it. I understand it. We're always, we don't watch the same movie over and over for the rest of our lives. We're always looking for new and interesting things, so I can understand that. But it was kind of nostalgic to see so many people that were really regulars here, like Tanya, Kitchen Witch, Smoothie. Yeah, where did they go? And are they all right? Has anybody seen them anywhere else? Did they give up on carnivore? Have a bad result or something? Wow, it's 1:45 already. Lambs, you're right. Fun is always good. If I had a choice, I'd rather have fun. And Peter wants to know, because some people can't get enough of it. When is your new video with the ultra portable scooter coming out? Well, I haven't unboxed it yet, Peter, so we'll see. We'll see. One of the things that I don't want to do, and in fact, the scooter that I've got coming Wednesday is a product of Beat One, that's MEET one, the people that sent me the trike. And they asked me not to do their review right on top of somebody else's scooter review and asked me to wait about it, to wait. So I might give a week or two between these things, and I'll probably wait more than a couple of weeks for the meat one, unless there's something so exceptional about it. Because these companies are nice enough to send me these things, and I don't want to come out the very next day with one of their competitive scooters and say, forget that thing I told you yesterday. This is the one you want to have. I'm not going to do that. Now, one thing I've been thinking about, I've been learning about these things. And the only way to learn is to be exposed to them. So as I do more and more of them, I will probably form opinions about what the most important features are and which ones may be the best ones. That will probably correspond with which ones are the most expensive ones too. It's certainly proving true in the e-bikes. You can buy an e-bike at Walmart for $400. If you go on Trek's website and buy one of their e-bikes, it could be $2,000 to $3,000 or $4,000. What's the difference? Well, there is a difference. Is that difference important to you? The first scooter, that blue one with the teddy bear that I reviewed, sells for $350 or less on Amazon. All these other scooters are $1,000, $1,500, maybe more. What's the difference? There are differences. I'm learning what they are. Are they important? Do I need to spend $1,500? Is there something that much better about a $1,500 scooter over a $350 scooter? And can I afford to just buy the cheap scooter, use it for a year or two, throw it away and get another one, rather than worrying about whether it's going to last 10 years or 20 years? How about the batteries? There's a big difference in the batteries. Do I need to worry about it? Just replace the battery when it happens? How much does that cost? There's so many factors, and I'm learning these things. So eventually, I'll probably become kind of a quasi-expert on these things. I can make a good really a good recommendation. All I can do now is tell you, yeah, this thing works. According to what I know about the company, they're either a new company or they've been around a while. Or the reviews look good, but who knows if they're real reviews or shills. How much of the stuff that I hear about it is propaganda. And I'm just trying to introduce people to these things. I don't expect a lot of people to need them, first off. It's just something to put on my channel and do. I don't put a link to any product that I think there's a definite reason not to buy it. and I'm knowledgeable enough about electronics and gadgets and batteries to know whether I got a piece of junk in front of me or not. But so far, I'm not ashamed of the ones I've shown. But I'm going to be honest about it in the reviews. And so far, they've been great, especially that trike. Holy cow. And there's enough other people on YouTube that have made videos raving about that thing that I, without a doubt, can recommend that product to anybody. It's great. It's great. Before I fall too far behind here, let me stop orating. Amy, good morning. Amy, how are you? Good to see you. Good to see you this morning. I'm getting to the chat where people call me the king. Now I'm 20 minutes behind. Michael Pregler, how you doing? Just got out of the gym. We're used to that. We're used to that. And question from Barry. What's the flight time per charge for the drone? That little drone that I have is a Sky Rover X1, sub 249 grams, which makes it pretty well out. You don't have to comply with all the new drone laws unless you're using it for commercial purposes, and then you do. It flies, I think they state that 20, 25 minutes, something like that. They'll stay up there quite a while now. And they sell extended batteries for them, but unfortunately, they're working in an arena where 1 gram plus or minus in the weight of the drone makes it legal or illegal to fly without complying with all the laws. They what they had to go through to shave weight off of that. So the battery that it comes with, the drone weighs less than 249, weighs 248 point something. And you don't need a license, and you don't need to worry about laws. You don't need to register with the government. You don't need to have remote ID, which broadcasts the drone's location to every Karen with a cell phone out there. So they can come up and yell at you that you're spying on them or you're endangering their precious children with your drone up in the air. You put the extended battery in, it weighs 252 grams, and now you're subject to all the bullshit. So 20 minutes is plenty, believe me. And these drones are so smart and have such tremendous programming that when the drone gets to a certain battery level, it knows how far away from you it is. It knows the exact GPS coordinates of where it took off to the foot, sometimes to the inch, like on a landing pad. When it gets to a certain battery, it will come home by itself and land right exactly on the spot where it took off. It is an amazing thing to see. So they're pretty well people-proof as far as making. You got to really screw up. This little tiny drone that I have has 360-degree obstacle avoidance. It senses objects anywhere, and it's flying. And if you got it headed right for trees, you can make it dodge it, or you can make it just come to a stop. You can set it up anyway. It's tremendous. When it's following me around the parking lot with all those light poles and trees, I'm not worried about it hitting one of those. It may screw up the shot that I'm trying, the smoothness of the shot, but it's not going to crash. You got to work real hard to crash one of these things anymore. That's the camera drones, not the drones like I like to fly. Not the drones that I have a whole wall full in my laundry room there, hanging on the wall. And Rick says, three-dimensional traffic. We're talking about whether there's going to be air taxis. What could go wrong? Well, all you got to do is watch the movie The Fifth Element. and you'll understand what three-dimensional traffic looks like. That was a great movie. Great movie. All right, let's get through this. It is 5 minutes to 8, and I always try to finish on time. Okay. Is Kilsey here? Did I miss Kilsey? Somebody said, good morning, Kilsey. Kilsey's in the house. Kilsey! Oh, God. Kilsey, it's late. I thought you were sleeping. I'm glad to see you're all right. Wait a minute. I need to pay more attention to my phone. Robert Kiltz just landed. Oh, that's what are you doing flying at 3 o'clock in the morning out there? Holy cow. Well, we'll get together with you tomorrow morning, but everybody was worried about you, my friend. Everybody was worried about you. I guess you didn't have a good enough internet connection on your flight. Where are you? Are you still out on the West Coast, or did you fly back to the East Coast? I guess you probably, if you're on that long a flight, you probably flew back here. At any rate, we're going to put one of those air tags on you, you know. That's what we need to do. We need to implant it under your skin, an air tag, and have an app that says, "Where's Kilsey?" And any of us can go onto our cell phones at any given time and know exactly where you are. Now, you may not like that. I wouldn't like it. But you got a lot of people that love you and worry about you. And Nelson was still here. Nelson's still here. Wow. Hanging in there. The doctors are here, says Lizzie. Hi, Lizzie. How you doing? Oh, that's great. That's great. And I'm glad you're all right, Kelsey. And Aaron. Hi, Aaron. How you doing? Good to see you. And we're making some headway here. And Kathy says the tiny fold-up scooter is the best. Well, the next two that I'm getting to review are the kind of ultra portable. Now, you sacrifice the quality of the ride, the speed, the range to make something more portable like that. So that blue scooter, the first one, the cheaper one, weighs 75 pounds, makes it harder to, or impossible. I mean, I know that my limit would probably be about 50 pounds for what I can lift up into that car without getting a lift or tailgate or some kind of very expensive gizmo to transport it around. It depends on what you're going to use it for. If you're going to spend a lot of time in it, like a motorized wheelchair, for example, yeah, you have to live your life in the thing. Yeah, you need one that's ultra comfortable, ultra smooth, easy to use. But if you're carrying it around in your car for something you might use once in a while, if you find yourself in a situation where you have to venture, like you got to go to the mall, you got to hit up the store in the mall for something. Maybe you have to go to a eye doctor, and he's in a mall, and you got to go through the mall, and the mall doesn't supply mobility scooters, and it's a long walk in there, huge parking lot to the front door of the mall, and like me, you refuse to get a handicap sticker because you're too proud. Then it's great, but how often does that happen? So there, a portable one would be better because you're not going to spend that much time. And that's what I'm going to talk about in these different reviews. And I think the more of these things I review, the better, because I'll be able to, I'll learn a lot about and compare the different features. The downside is, what am I going to do with all these friggin' scooters? And D, did you hear about Tyson shutting down the plants? No, I haven't heard that yet. But she says, do you think the big pharma was involved? Why are they shutting down the plants? Is that because of some disease, a bird flu or something? I don't know. Is the price of chicken going to go up $25 a pound now? I haven't heard anything about that. Not a thing. I don't even want to know. It'll just aggravate me. It'll just aggravate me. Wow, I can't believe how long Nelson's stuck in here with us. And I guess Kelsey went on about his business. Maybe give the weight load when you review. Yeah, Kathy, I didn't mention that. The weight load on the little red one is 265 pounds. The weight load on the blue one was about 350 pounds. It's a little heavier, faster, and more substantial, and dirt cheap compared to all the other scooters on the market. So it would be a great starter scooter for somebody who needs one, and just throw it away when it breaks. And it's on Amazon. I never even dealt with the manufacturer of it. It was just some marketing agency. They couldn't even tell me, settle in on which brand name to use. So it's not something you're going to buy from a big established company with service centers all over the world and fleets of trucks ready to come out and save you when the battery dies. It's a cheap starter thing to see if it will work for you, and that's what you're going to get for less than for $350. Believe me, I didn't even know it at the time. I thought all scooters cost $300. Now I'm finding out they cost $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, $5,000. It's crazy. And then you got to say to yourself, how much of that is just Kirby vacuum cleaner marketing bullshit? I don't know. But if you need one, they're handy to have. I'm going to have to look into that story of Tyson Foods. But I can't believe we're not going to be able to get chicken. I haven't heard anything about chicken shortages. Of course, I don't stick my head out into the world very much. All right, 7:54. I'm already overtime. You guys are talking about your jobs. Oh, Peter, you are so right. You are so right. My father, often when the money goes away, so apparently does the love too. My father had a great expression. My father was a very wise man. And one day he said to me, when poverty comes through the door, love flies out the window. It's so true. So true. So true. Oh, my phone went ding. What are we dinging about? What are we dinging about? Jerry, Florida air taxi. Send me a Google thing. It's preparing to launch electric air taxi testing by the end of 2026. Yeah. I heard the same thing about Amazon's drone delivery back 7 years ago. Coming soon. Next week will be here. Amazon's starting to test drone delivery testing. All they managed to do so far was screw up the entire model airplane and drone hobby for hundreds of thousands of kids and people whose lives were enriched by it. So, yeah, I'll believe it when I see it. But thanks, Jerry. Thanks. It may happen, but I'm not so anxious for the day when I got 10,000 buzzing things flying overhead all the time. Next thing you know, they're going to mandate helmets for anybody walking around on the ground because of all the shit breaking and falling out of the sky on their heads. Yeah, it'll really work. Yeah. They'll get that they'll get that up and running, and they'll be all over the place, and then one of them will have a failure or a pilot or something will happen, it'll crash, it'll into a crowd of people, and that will be the end of that. Don't believe me? Look back in history. Okay, Donna says they claim there's a beef shortage. Well, they're going to do what they're going to do. They're always going to do it. They're always going to manipulate it. They're always going to try to scare us. The hell with them. Just go about your life, eat what you can get your hands on until you can't get your hands on food anymore, and then we'll all starve to death. There's nothing we can do about it because these tyrants control the whole thing. And they won't be making, when there's no beef, they won't be making any money either. So, eat what you can get. Worrying about it, there's nothing we can do about it. Nothing, not a thing. I've learned that. I'm not going to fight a battle when there's no way to win. I'm going to avoid the battle. And as long as I can stay alive, I'm going to do it. And try to have fun in the process. So I'm tired of this shit. I went through years of it when I had my drone channel about the government ruining the drone hobby and fighting and being mad and why complain about something you can't do anything about? Most of the time, I learned this lesson a long time ago. Worry is a useless endeavor that turned out to be unnecessary. 99.9% of the things that we worry about never really happen. Trying to identify what's going to really happen, we might do that, but then we can't do anything about it. I'm ignoring all the noise anymore. I just can't take any. I'm not going to allow myself to worry about how bad the medical community is, how inept most doctors are. When I'm thrown into the mix and I have to deal with them, I'll deal with them. And usually that means that I get labeled uncooperative patient and all that. But other than that, go do your thing. I can't fix you. I can't fix it. So I'm going to try to enjoy my life as best I can. Anybody want to come along for the ride? Love to have you. Love to have you. We used to say that the purpose of our community and the reason we all come here is to be motivated, not to be depressed. Not to be depressed. Somebody's always putting out propaganda to invoke some kind of reaction in people, whether it be gas prices or beef prices or egg prices or chicken prices or the price of whatever. It creates a spike, and eventually it settles out back to 10% more than it used to be. And the purpose of the whole exercise was to get people to think that $25 a pound ribeye prices are now cheap. Because remember when it was $35? Well, I remember when it was $4.95, but most people don't remember back that many years, which was only 5 or 6 years ago. So it's a tactic. They've learned how to do it very well. Just like I remember not too long ago, I was buying eggs at Aldi's for 62 cents a dozen. Now, those same eggs at Aldi's are $1.80 a dozen. And people say, well, Aldi's got cheap eggs. That's because they jacked the price up to $10 a dozen. And then when people started to say, well, if I want eggs, I'm going to have to pay $10, then they all came all the way back down to $1 or something. And people say, wow, eggs are cheap again. Same thing with gasoline. Same thing. They do it to us in everything. These are evil, greedy people. It's all about money. It's always been about money. before money, it was about some other form of currency, whether it been stones or rocks or something. It always will be about money. Greed is an instinctual human trait that we cannot eliminate from the human being, nor would we want to, because it is necessary for survival. And we are all out there scheming and stealing and hoaxing so that we can survive. The hell with the other guy. That is the law of the jungle, and until we accept the fact that we live in a jungle and the law of the jungle prevails, you never come to terms with it. You'll never come to terms with it. So don't pay attention to everything. Stop watching the news, for God's sake. They're the worst purveyors of this crap. The media. Ugh, I hate them. At any rate, guys, on that uplifting note, it's time for some happy music. I got to the end of the chat. Oh, I can see Rick down there in Miami agreeing with everything I'm saying. Rick's got a grasp of reality. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. So anyway, say goodbye to your friends in the chat. I'm going to go out and have some fun. And I will see you. I will see you tomorrow morning. And Kilsey will be here at 6. Or I'm going to go kick him in the ass, wherever he is. Nelson, if you're still here, thanks for coming in. Thanks everybody for coming in. Thomas, Target Prime Rib, Lori, Weitzel, Sandy Blythe, Leslie, Yellow Rose, Kevin, Corgi Lover, how you doing? Don Schonger, good to see you. Brian Dishes, everyone have a great day. Eat meat. Lori, singing and dance. There's a happy girl. Thank you, Lori. Michael Pregler, peace out, everyone. Jerry Voitish, waving. Mike Seeley, good morning. Everyone have a great day. Goodbye, friend, says the Lambs. Barry Simon, enjoy your Monday all. You too, Barry. Thanks for coming. Thanks for everything you do. Danny in Boston, happy day, friends. Chuck, Super Tunes, see you tomorrow. Donna, Sparky Donna, I hope you all have a great day and may the beef be with you. Let's hope so. Karen Hagen says, bye all, Robbie. That's my girl dancing on her way out. Yes, thanks, Miss Lori. Bye-bye. Bye, Mitch. And everyone says, Leslie and Chris Swain from Australia. Good night, all. Yes, Mark C. See you later. Well, that'll do it. That'll do it, my friends. I hope this was interesting. Thanks so much for coming. Look forward to seeing you tomorrow. And in the meantime, take the rest of the day off and eat meat.